the world needs now is love, a sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another mountain. There are mountains and hillsides enough to climb. There are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of a time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Oh, not just for some, but for everyone. Lord, we don't need another meadow. There are cornfields and wheat fields enough to grow. There are sunbeams and moonbeams enough to shine. Oh, listen, Lord, though I'm sure you know what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little of. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Oh, not just for some, but for everyone. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Christopher Prince. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that's worth having. Welcome, wonderful beloved ones, to this morning's special service. I'm so glad to be here with all of you, knowing that you are open and receptive and ready, with your hearts open wide to receive the blessings of this day. You know, I wanted to start off by reading the daily word because it was so appropriate for our message and experience this morning. And the affirmation says, I rise in consciousness to help create a world that works Josiah Royce, and he was the founder of the Fellowship Reconciliation, of which Martin Luther King was a member. And so he took this concept of the beloved community and he expanded on it, enabling each of us to see our part, that we belong together, that we are all part of the beloved community. And here at Unity of Washington, D.C., this is what I love about this spiritual community, is that we always rise to the occasion. We always say yes to the call, and we bring love from our hearts and spread it wide and far. I want to thank all of those who came out yesterday in the bitter cold, who answered the call to come and celebrate with Talmadge Wilson, who was celebrating his 100th birthday. And we did a drive-by at his residence. It was absolutely wonderful. I shared last week how he was disappointed that he wasn't able to have a gathering for his 100th birthday. And so instead, we did a wonderful drive-by, and people stopped and went to the window and gave him well wishes. He was so happy about it. He couldn't stop talking about how wonderful it was that people would come out and acknowledge him. But that's the sign of a beloved community. And here at Unity, I cannot tell you how much I love and appreciate the spirit and the consciousness of this spiritual community, because we demonstrate love for one another. We rise to the occasion and do our very best to share truth, love, light, blessings with all. So thank you who came out, all you who came out. I thank you, Gwen, for the idea to do that. And I thank all of you who participated. Now, this is a special day because we also have a soul who's going to present to us this morning, whose life is also dedicated to lifting up humanity. She, along with her husband, Preethaji, are co-founders with the O&O Academy. As you know, I would make several pilgrimages to India each year to attend the Oneness University and the O&O Academy. And Preethaji and his wonderful beloved, Sri Preethaji, have dedicated their lives to making sure that we move out of the state of suffering into a state of enlightenment where all of humanity is lifted up, that we are all creating a world that works for all. Sri Preethaji is a philosopher teacher, a sage, a mystic. She is an awakened and enlightened soul who has come for the purpose of helping humanity to grow and evolve. And that's what we're here to do as well at Unity of Washington, D.C. So we are truly blessed to have her to come and to share her light and her wisdom, her truth with all of us. So I'm going to invite you to sit back and open your heart to receive her words, her sharing, her light. And as you stay connected to your heart chakra, your heart center, the Christ center, your crown center, you will receive this message and the blessings of grace that will come through Sri Preethaji. So I am so honored and so blessed to be able to introduce her to you and to offer this wonderful expression of grace and truth and divine blessings. So let's welcome in our hearts Sri Preethaji.
Namaste. Wishing you all a very happy new year. I've heard of the Unity Church over the years, and many genuine seekers have come to Ekam in India from here. I'm very glad to be connecting to all of you for the first time. I am speaking to you from Ekam, the most powerful mystic place on earth. The word Ekam simply means oneness. The space I am sitting in is built as a three-dimensional Surya Yantra to attract sun's mystic energies into it. Sri Krishna ji, my husband, and I created Ekam as a world center for enlightenment. Thousands of seekers from every culture, they come here. They immerse in this field. They experience a direct connect with their personal divine. Not only that, they also move into the transcendental states of consciousness. So let us take a few moments such that grace and blessings can flow to you from Ekam for a very wonderful 2022. Please sit still for a few moments with your eyes closed. Let me slowly open your eyes now. So, what is enlightenment? Enlightenment is to be one. It is to be one with all existence. Enlightenment is to experience reality as it is without the interference of the mind. Enlightenment is to flow equanimously without being affected by the ups and downs of life. Enlightenment is to wake up. It is to wake up from the pleasurable and the terrible dreams that you see in your wakeful hours. It is the ultimate attainment of human life. And it is also the most ancient quest of humanity. That is why even the emperors were intrigued by sages. Throughout history, enlightened beings have been enigmatic to the rest. To see someone who does not get sucked down by life's challenges, nor get puffed up by it, neither loss or separation. Anything does not hold them a prisoner. Neither riches, love, or fame hold them a prisoner. An enlightened person is unfettered and is unbound. But these enlightened sages have been left like curiosities in a museum. We read about them, we hear about them, but believe that enlightenment is not for you. But is it really not for you? What if I told you that there is a massive phenomenon happening at Ekam, where enlightenment is happening? There is a magnificent ecosystem we have created here at Ekam, where enlightenment is happening. Men and women are rising to Sthita Prajna. They are rising to enlightened equanimity and rising to Mahashanti, unshakable peace. And that is why I travel the world. I lead people through Field of Awakening, a 4-day event, where seekers actually are led into a personal experience of awakening beyond the mind. Well, for a few moments, let me lead you into a brief journey of evolution to understand enlightenment. In the initial stages of evolution of human race, there were only two primary urges: the urge for survival and the urge to procreate. This urge to somehow survive the challenges that surround them became a quest for security, actually physical security. And the urge to procreate, which is encoded biologically in all living beings, became humanity's quest for pleasure. About 70,000 years ago, a new urge took over: the urge to wield power. By then, humanity was beginning to settle down in permanent settlements on lands that had ample water near them. The idea of ownership brought along with it the quest for power and the desire to be bigger than others. We can say, thankfully, evolution had not stopped here. Our brains and bodies rose to the occasion and created mirror neurons that helps us connect to what our fellow human beings felt, to feel what another was feeling and to respond from that awareness. That was a major evolutionary milestone. And in the next phase of evolution, something radical emerged. The human brain and the consciousness becomes capable of accommodating oneness, witness, and flow states. The brain's filters open to allow transcendental, open to allow God realization experiences to flow through. You hear of sages several thousands of years ago describing cosmic consciousness. They described divine union. And this entire evolution is also reflected in us even today, because ontology recapitulates philology. This ages of evolutionary history of humanity is reflected in every individual's consciousness. Just as we have our physical body, we also have our energy body. In this energy body are 72,000 psychic nerves. They're called nadis, which is carrying various kinds of spiritual energies. And there are 7 points in the body where there are key psychic nerve clusters. And these nerve clusters are called the chakras. The moment you hear the word chakra, please do not come to any conclusion. I would say continue to stay in a state of listening. The chakras actually represent and reveal human evolution. When an individual's consciousness functions from the Mooladhara chakra, which is at the base of your body, their entire thinking, their life revolves around the pursuit of security and battling insecurity. When your consciousness functions from Swadhisthana, or the chakra located at the tip of your spine, your major quest in life is for pleasure. And your life's biggest challenges will be around frustration and loneliness because your pleasure is not satiated. When your consciousness functions from Manipura, or the chakra located at your navel region, your quest is for importance. Your dissatisfaction in life will be that you have not been recognized, you've not been seen or valued. And most people live their lives, entire lives, mostly either of these 3 levels or sometimes oscillating between the 3. If your consciousness were to evolve from the 3 stages and rise to the 4th, we can say you are a transformed human being, or that your heart has flowered. If your consciousness were at the anahata, or the heart, your quest will be to discover true love. Your awareness will be to transcend insensitivity. Your quest will be to transcend past hurts that's caused by life. And many people think this is all there is to spirituality, and most people stop here. It is healing emotional trauma. Actually, it's not realizing the full glory of your consciousness. There is so much more to who you truly are. If your consciousness were at the Vishuddhi, or the throat chakra, your quest is to flow with life. You want to conquer resistance to the great flow of life. Instead of being a stagnant pond, refusing to go with life, you want to be like a river that flows merrily up and down, around a hill, that flows over an obstacle. When your consciousness rises here, life begins to feel inwardly effortless. When your consciousness rises beyond Vishuddhi, I would say you actually enter the realm of enlightenment. If your consciousness were at the Agneya, or the 3rd eye chakra, your consciousness or your quest is to become a witness untouched by life. Your consciousness is like a screen on which various characters act out like dramas and leave. And you realize being a parent, a grandparent, a romantic partner, a son, a daughter, a CEO, a religious person, everything is a role, and you are none of them. All these identities arise and cease on the field of pure, unsullied awareness. And finally, when your consciousness rises to the Sahasrara, the crown chakra, you are one. You are the other. You are the all. You are cosmic consciousness. Millions today from so many nations are on this evolutionary journey, I can say at various stages at Ekam. Some seeking blessings for life, some seeking transformation, some seeking enlightenment. If your passion is enlightenment, please take that single step out of your conformity-driven mind. Connect to your seeking for liberation from several lifetimes. Then I would say a new universe will open to you. Let us now move into a soul sync, a meditation that people all over the world practice to fulfill their intention. If your intention is enlightenment itself, then I would say hold that intention as you do the soul sync. If it is something else, you may hold that intention as well. You count your breath in the soul sync meditation. You count your breath with the touch of your thumb and your fingers for one cycle of breath, the second cycle of breath, the third cycle of breath, and the fourth cycle of breath. And we will do for 8 cycles of breath. And then there is a chant in the soul sync meditation. It is Aham. Aham is Sanskrit. It means I am, or I am the limitless consciousness. You may gently close your eyes now. Sit erect in any comfortable posture. Let us begin with taking 8 deep inhalations and slow exhalations. As you move from one breath to the other, let your fingers keep count of your breath. It is very natural for your attention to wander. Simply bring it back. Bring your attention back to the touch of your fingers. Let us breathe together for 8 cycles. Let's begin. Continue with your eyes closed. Inhale deeply. While exhaling, make the humming sound of a bee. Make the hum as long as you can. Feel the vibration in your head. Listening to the sound with total attention. Let us hum together for 8 full breaths. At this stage, observe the pause between inhalation and exhalation. There is a natural pause that occurs after each inhalation, right before exhalation begins. Observe that. Continue to keep your eyes closed. Observe the pause. Do not try to force a pause. Now let's move into a state of expansion. For the next 8 breaths, inhale and exhale. And as you exhale, you quietly say within yourself, Aham. Which means I am, or I am limitless consciousness. For the next 8 cycles of breath, bring a gentle touch between your thumb and your index finger. Now bring a gentle touch between your thumb and your index finger. Slow your breath. Now feel or see your body, all objects, the people around you, all expanding into light. There is no separation or division in this state of consciousness. See or imagine all forms disappearing into one ocean of light. In this field, thought and matter are one. Desire and reality are one. When you are immersed in this ocean of light, now hold a heartfelt intention, an intention for you to be liberated from every trace of suffering, to become totally, completely enlightened. Feel your heartfelt desire as if it were being fulfilled at this very moment. Experience the state you would be in when you actually live. Stay immersed in this space for a few moments. open your eyes whenever you like. Love and blessings to all of you. And wishing light, bliss, and grace to flood your lives in 2022. Namaste.
To Shri Preethaji for sharing and taking us into that wonderful field, the limitless field of God's presence. Now let's continue to open our hearts as we welcome Christopher Prince once again with one of my favorite songs, Imagine. Let's all imagine a world that works for all. Let's all imagine us awakening and spreading truth, love, and light everywhere on the globe, for we are the ones. Blessings. Christopher.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't harder to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living a life in peace. You might say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as one. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, just one old fellowship of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Ooh, ooh. He might say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will live as
Let's give some love to Christopher Prince. Imagine a world that works for all, where we come together as a sacred and beloved community expressing oneness. Thank you to Sri Preethaji and Krishnaji as well for being dedicated and committed, as we are as well, to sharing love and light and to calling everyone to rise in consciousness so that we can live together as one. Thank you for joining us this morning, and I honor you. I honor the work that you've done. I honor your soul that says yes, yes, yes. So we want to bless our community here at Unity of Washington, D.C., so that we may continue to be a beacon of light and share our message of truth with the world as well. We always have an affirmation of truth that we like to share. And it reads as thus: we are the beloved community, divinely connected to one another, filled with grace, blessings, and the goodness of God. And so it is, and so it shall be. Amen and amen. As always, we thank you for your love and your light and for your sharing of your resources, talents, and gifts. We have our offering blessing that we affirm, and it reads as thus: divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. We're grateful and thank you. May you continue to be blessed as we move into this new year with hope and faith, rising in consciousness. And may we all continue to seek to become enlightened, awakened beings to share the light with all. We are the light of the world. I thank you for joining us this morning and look forward to seeing you again. Blessings and namaste as we sing our closing songs.